drop.
What's up? What's up, crew? How we
It's always
feeling?
like a backstage dance party when this is playing.
Always a good time.
Oh man.
Doing well.
Helps with the pre-show jitters, right? Like we talked about this, like those never go away. So nice to just kind of dance those off a little bit.
Yeah, no, we're excited. It's been a heck of a week. I think that we've seen a lot, we've done a lot. It's been amazing to kind of just finally get back together, get back to our normal, Friday showcase. Our deep dive earlier on Tuesday was also great. And we're just excited. I mean, we have a lot of surprises coming up, and obviously we're all here for one very big reason, and we're excited to kind of share more about some of the results of what's happening with the Buildathon. And also just ahead of time, all the time, just thank you all so much for the folks that are here joining us in the chat. Of course, KG was giving your supporting Kazir, Cloud Boy, Tommy. We have been talking about you nonstop over here at the office. Just all the cool things you've been up to.
W's in the chat.
Dario.
Let's see those W's in the chat for Tommy. Where's the Tommy crew?
Yeah, W's in the chat. Exactly, for Tommy. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing, and yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm stoked.
I saw a comment on X that we should do this every 10 years. I'm like, we should do it every Replit birthday.
Listen, y'all, we like to sleep. Y'all need to chill out with that.
I know, right?
They keep getting bigger. And so I think part of what we'll talk about today is like the process and a little bit of, how the winner selection happened. And yeah, like it's always exciting to share this, and we're learning. The retro we did was super cool to kind of dive in, and the feedback from that's been super great. And just generally watching you all build and this community grow has been unreal. How helpful you all are to each other, and just like the spirit. I saw a bunch of posts about like, hey, we'd all like to win, but like the relationships that we've made, the people we've met. And so I really think we're seeing like this base layer of this really cool new thing sprouting up here. And I can just feel like these connections and the energy kind of percolating throughout all of it. So again, as a community professional, it's just super cool to watch.
Absolutely. Fun. And I think it's one of the number one things, right? Like the Buildathon is awesome. 24-hour build is great, but really what we're, obviously we're biased here on the community team, but what we really want to see is people kind of getting together, collaborating. And we saw so much of that. So many folks, DM me, let me know, like the only reason they joined the Buildathon was to be able to join the Discord, right? And be able to connect with each other, build with each other, collaborate. And a huge thank you to everyone that made that such a special and welcoming place. Like we didn't have any big issues or anything that kind of caught our attention in any bad way. If anything, we saw just incredible relationships being built. A huge shout out to Eris and KG, who really kind of held down the fort on the Discord side. We were in there trying to, support as much as we could, answer your questions, elevate some of those tickets that you brought in there. But really, we're trying to make it a more of a longer term home. So again, thank you all for making it so special and such a cool place for us to build together as a community. A lot more to come soon.
Also fun to see some new people stepping up too. I think I saw a couple of posts from
Yes.
Kaiser, like hosting his own website reviews on there. Some other folks jumping in there. So,
Bro, let
really
me tell
fun.
you what happened with this. We were doing this Discord. By the way, we got to boost. We got to max out that Discord server because we're like hitting, limits. But anyway, after our event, like you guys just jumped in. Like some people were having a little bit of issue. I don't know if it was connection issues with Discord or kind of what was going on. But like I popped in after our office hours and there's like 20, 25 people in there just kind of doing their own thing. You guys are doing your own reviews. Again, so just a cool testament of like what's happening that we're not orchestrating, right? Like it's kind of cool when a company starts something like this, but when you all start building things, when you all start self-organizing, like that's the cool stuff that like, again, sprouts its own little ecosystem and its own little universe. And so we've seen a couple things with like Beta Bloom and what is it? The Solo Boardroom. I'm blanking on your name right now, but you've been so helpful in helping just kind of identify like different projects. And, like some of you have really stepped up so much. Tasha and some of the old Agent 4 Buildathon folks have really kind of helped this new batch of people get in and up to speed. And so, yeah, just again, great to see it. It's great to see it all.
Love
Absolutely.
all of you. Thank you so much. Lots to cover today. Of course, we're going to reveal Replit 10 Buildathon winners. But first, we got to catch you up on some of the great things that have been happening here in Replit. And of course, we've got to kick off with Free Agent Day and what happened over the weekend. Francisco, you want to tell us about this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, over the weekend, as we all know, we hosted a 24-hour buildathon, Saturday from 5 a.m. to Sunday at 5 a.m. And just where anyone was able to build, all those ideas and products they've always wanted to create. And you definitely went out there and built. It was absolutely incredible to see so many projects. And just unbelievable, right? The community really stepped up and, we had 176 countries join, over 500,000 projects that were edited or updated. Over $10,000 in credits for use at one point by a single user, which was very interesting to see.
Reveal yourself. I want to know who was that and how did you do it?
Your skills.
Exactly.
Well, we saw those tweets where people were really kind of like, okay, now I have unlimited. Let's really use the product to its limits. So like, here are my 10 agents, here are my 15 agents working in parallel. And it was just absolutely incredible, really inspiring to see. And I mean, along with all of that, we saw 4x the load. I remember very early on, we hit, some early peaks, and a huge shout out to the engineering team and everyone here who stayed around, or some folks. I remember getting in around 4 a.m. and I was like, hey, good morning. Like, no, good night. They were heading out, and we had folks coming in the entire 24 hours. But truly, it was just absolutely spectacular, to be a part of it, to see people come together, collaborate, support one another, and just, again, understand what is possible and with the tool, and just anyone with a great idea can now create. And really kind of just, lowering that bar to be able to kind of, build your own projects and bringing them to life. So again, thank you all to everyone that came out. We doubled Discord size, of the server, and we're going to be investing a lot more into programming there, and just so much more to come. But yeah, absolutely amazing.
And on the Buildathon, I think a lot of people were surprised in terms of what they can get done in 24 hours. I kept seeing that all over the place, that they were just like shocked. One, you have a tool like Replit that could just let you go. But two, it's also kind of a mindset thing. There's this idea that the time you give yourself for a task matters. If you give yourself a week to do something, versus 24 hours, you can do that thing in 24 hours versus a week. So based on that timeline that you have for yourself, it doesn't matter. The work's still going to get done. And so I think a lot of people saw that, and I just love seeing those posts that came across my profile.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and it was just great, right? And I mean, you can study like anything else in life and read as many books and articles online, YouTube videos, but until you start playing with it, that's when the real learning begins. And I think a lot of the community took advantage of that. So huge thanks. And also huge thanks to a couple of different streamers, Cloudboy, Tommy, Kazir, who basically just encourage people to just, get out there and get started. So again, huge shout out to the community.
Awesome. Very neat. Okay, so more to come on that. And of course, we're going to announce the Buildathon winners in just a bit. But some other news from Replit. Good news here. Now, all of your app deployments are private by default. And the really big news here is that now we're offering private deployments on free accounts, our starter plan. So previously, if you had one of these plans, the free account, the only way that you could publish an app was by making it public. Now you can make it private. And so I think this is going to help a lot of people build new, cool, interesting things without the fear of like having it be out there, and just play around with your own data and your applications. And then, before you're ready, you can have it be privately deployed. And then when you're ready to share with the world, then you can, of course, share publicly. But I thought that was a really nice feature that we rolled out this week. Update number 2 here is now you can build out better integrations to tools like GitHub, Slack, and Stripe in private apps as well. So previously, if you wanted to say connect your application to your Slack, you'd had to deploy that application publicly. Some people didn't want to do that. Of course, if you're also in a business, you might want to not do that as well. So now we've made it easier for you to have those integrations work without having to make that application public as well. So again, more on just keeping you secure, keeping you safe, and making it easier for you to run your applications how you want. And again, especially for our business users, this is going to be a big hit for them. So check that out. Security again. Security is a theme here at Replit. We keep pounding on this, and again, this is thanks to all of the efforts that we're doing on the enterprise side. Last week we had Cody and Nick on the show from the enterprise team telling us about how Replit is taking off for businesses and larger organizations. And so, as they ask us to build out things, I think we're just rolling that out to everyone. If it's good enough for these big companies, it's good enough for everyone. So, a big update to our security center. Now it's 2.0, making it easier for you to manage applications in your organization. And this has actually been a big theme. I've been having these conversations with IT folks at companies, because right now, like, vibe coding makes it easy for operators to go and build out their own applications, but that can be potentially a nightmare if you're in the IT side, managing all of those applications and this work that's coming from new builders. So we're putting in a lot of work to make it easier for those IT professionals to sleep at night, and also just leadership at organizations feeling comfortable that they can roll out a tool like Replit to their non-technical people, the new builders, new vibe coders, and things are not going to leak, apps are not going to get accidentally published publicly, and just keep the organization overall safe while allowing people to build their own internal apps and their applications. So really nice to see that update. Um, Also, this week we announced a Buildathon with Lenny's newsletter. If you're unfamiliar with this newsletter, very popular in the tech space. Lenny, I think, was at Airbnb. He just has a great content. You should follow him. But he's hosting a Buildathon with Replit, and the idea is that he's giving you access to all of his transcripts and from his shows and his newsletter write-ups, and then you're gonna have to build something interesting using Replit, of course, on top of that data. But some really cool prizes there. It's gonna be running for a couple of weeks, so definitely encourage you to go and check that out. And it would be really awesome if we had somebody from the Discord, from the community, take down this prize, just to kind of like showcase it internally as well. So go check that out.
Right, you guys got to go take over the Lenny's Buildathon, y'all. We got to go represent.
Let's go.
Show them how to do.
I know you guys got the inside track. Go take those down. You should be taking down all of these Buildathons everywhere, guys. Like, we had a Buildathon with 11 Labs too. Like, look out for those. Those are great. And maybe it's something that you're already building. Maybe you just package that up, you do a nice little video, and you submit it, and you win some extra credits and some extra prizes and get some additional recognition. Also, race to revenue. I think this has been a big theme for us, is this idea is that, okay, like, first step is, of course, getting your app, but really what we're after is getting you to that first dollar, to those first users. And so you're going to see a lot more content from us here on the Replit side around that. Let's get you to your first sale. Let's get you to your first transaction. And so Race to Revenue is a very well put together series that we launched a couple weeks ago, where we followed builders as they build out their business with Replit. I think we have 10 episodes for this season. We have episode number 2 that just dropped. I'll drop a link to that in the chat. Go check that out. Very well produced. And then also, we're going to be doing something similar to that. I think we have something scheduled for June where we're going to invite people on the show and live. We're going to be working with them to build out their businesses on Replit. And again, with the idea is we're trying to get to that first sale, that first dollar, and just kind of help you get those initial users. So to get a preview of that, go check out Race to Revenue, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be on the lookout for more episodes on that series. Really well done.
Dropping too much alpha here, y'all.
I mean, we love to celebrate that. You see us online, just like as soon as somebody makes their first sale, we're like, yeah, awesome, amazing, first user. That's where we want to get to. That's the ultimate goal for a lot of folks. VibeCon NYC happening in June. This is gonna be such a great time. We're putting in a lot of effort into this. And if you look at some of the visuals, we played a promo for this at the top of the show. This is going to be really, really fun. So if you're on the stream, if you're in the community, you got to try really, really hard to be here. So excited about this. What are you thinking about this, Francisco Raymmar? You pumped about this?
Oh, it's going to be great. We're excited. Scheduled to come out very, very soon. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a wonderful time to be able to really just kind of, go check out the intersection of creativity and AI. I think it's not the typical type of conference that you expect. We have Spike Jones, as a speaker, and there's just so much more there. So very excited for more updates to come there.
Yeah. And I can't overemphasize the value if you can find your way to these types of events. If you think the energy online at a buildathon like this, or people building in Discord, is like electric, or the connections you make are useful, just wait till these kind of events happen and you start getting to these meetups and these little conferences that are good. Like, there's nothing like it. The value you will get from, like, forget about the talks. Like, that's great. Like, the talks are going to be great. The production value, the food, everything. The relationships you're going to make and the connections you will make at these types of events will set and establish your career. They can literally, the boost you can get from these types of things is unreal. I'm not just trying to pitch this event. This could literally be meetups you're working on or whatever. Start trying to take some of this community building offline. But an event like VibeCon is an amazing opportunity to start connecting with, again, other folks in this community.
And you're gonna get to meet me, Raymmar, Francisco, and the rest of the team. So
that's right.
Yeah,
I mean, that's got to be worth the ticket alone. Just saying.
Totally. Also, coming up next week, we've got a huge lineup of shows for all of you. So we're going to be at SaaStr. This is a big conferences for B2B companies that are using AI. It's happening in San Francisco. So me, Francisco, and Raymmar are going to be there live, and we're going to be live streaming from that conference. I think we have maybe like 9 hours, 12 hours of live streams lined up for that on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The Luma events are on our calendar for this, so go on to our Luma calendar and sign up for these events. I think it's going to be really, really fun.
It'll be awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. And yeah, a lot of the office will be there, is what I'm going to say. It is literally in our backyard. We're in Foster City. This is in San Mateo. It's like a 10-minute drive away. So Cody, Nick, we're all going to be there. It's going to be a wonderful time. So if you're in the area, please swing by. Always love to meet with folks.
And this is like a big event. Like, how many
Huge.
people are gonna be there? Like, what did I see? Like 10,000, 60,000. What was the number? Like, I don't even like. I was looking at the website the other day. I was like, no way, there's gonna be. It's like a whole campus. There's like it's not just like a little conference. It's like a whole thing. I'm like, oh man, y'all do it different out there, huh?
Totally, and some big names too. I think yeah, people from all the major players are gonna be there. So.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be really fun. And then for us, we're trying, we have this new concept of live streaming from conferences that we're trying out. So if anything, tune in to see how we do with that and see us sweat a little bit.
It'll be a great time.
It'll be good. Okay, cool. I think those are all the updates that I had. Yeah. So let's go back here and let's talk winners. Chat, are you excited to see who took down these prizes for Replit 10?
And just to clarify, there's a lot of like, oh, did the winners already know? No, we're all going to find out together here on stream. It's all a big surprise. And a couple of questions on how we're going to do it. We were thinking about going, 3, 2, 1, and then going over the honorable mentions and then going through some of these different projects. And It was not easy. We will very clearly tell you it was not easy. It never is. I feel like every time it gets a little harder. What do you think, Raymmar?
Oh man. I mean, it's one of those things that when you see the submissions coming through and you're just like, how are we going to do this? You know? And so just like we learned with the technical rundown of the site, we're learning how to triage these entries, trying to figure out how to tap into the crowd intelligence. So we talked this time about how you all were going to have like a bigger role in helping us decide. And so maybe we can talk a little bit about that as we go as well, how the selection process happened, a little bit of like the tools we built to help, you know, determine who and how we were going to select these winners. And we don't want to reveal too much because you guys are you guys are like literally every little nook and cranny we build, you guys like try to find a thing to like slide in there, you know? And so like, it's funny, every time we build a little feature, we got to build like a little protect the feature from being exploited also. And so this is, it's just an interesting cat and mouse little game here happening, but it's been a lot of fun to see. And you guys put a lot of work into this, and we're excited to run down the winners here.
Raymmar built out his own Replit cache fraud detection system too.
Literally, the team always laughs when they find out we need.
There's like a black market for Replit cache going on.
Not only that, but like even just the tags. Like I had to build a system to manage the tags because you know you guys are like playing games with tags and stuff, and so it's like it's just I don't know. It's fun. It's interesting. You start thinking about like all the things that must be going on the internet scale, like how many people are trying to do things, and going back to security and how important it is for some of this stuff to be robust, and like all the things you don't even know that you need to think about as you do things like this, right? Like things that pop up. So it's just I don't know. It's been a lot of fun. It's like this cat and mouse game. I don't know, whatever. Game on, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And again, thank you all for participating. Like the true, as the saying goes, like maybe the winners were like, the friends we made along the way. I think that really is what this is about. And thank you all so much for participating, being a part of it. It's truly what made it special. But yeah, we're excited to dig in here a little bit.
And on that note, the winners are.
Bum, bum, bum.
Just kidding. We're going to go through them one by one. Okay, so here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with third place winner, and then we're going to work our way up to the grand prize, and then we're going to talk about the honorable mentions. So with that.
God bless. Hang on. I got to log in.
Oh, it's not. Okay. The anticipation is building.
I got booted.
Okay. We're going to go with third place. So in the chat, who do you think won third place? Ooh. Chat, let us know. Who are you bidding on? We need to put together like a little poly market on this stuff too. Raymmar, yeah, for the next Buildathon.
Well, so speaking of, I mean, that's exactly what we're kind of talking about is figuring out like how do you make this a little bit more robust, right? And use the crowd intelligence. We'll talk a little bit about that, but okay. So I think if you refresh.
What do we want to talk about?
Should be on the third place. Yeah. Yep.
We want to talk a little bit about third place, like why this stood out. Then we'll do the reveal.
Oh yeah. Maybe you refresh the page and we'll announce it and we'll talk about what happened. Yeah. So this app is like super fun, just playful. This person embodied the spirit of the competition. We just talked about this a little bit. Kaiser, this meeting bingo is just like a fun, playful concept. And I could imagine this going viral. The idea of like playing bingo in the background while you're on like company calls. Look at this, like hard stop. Sorry, I was on mute. Is this like just, if this thing's come up in a call, it's like you mark this. So it's the idea is that you share this bingo card with like maybe your coworkers behind the scenes. And I think you can even like make a bet on here. So you gamble with your friends about like things that are happening. So I can just imagine being on a call trying not to laugh my ass off because somebody clicked bingo on this thing. And I don't know. Just again, fun concept, spirit of the competition, worked his ass off. Congrats, Kaiser.
This is so fun. And also this will keep you locked into the meeting because sometimes like there's some lulls in the meeting. You kind of want to like check your social media or whatever. But no, you're going to be glued to that meeting because you're going to want to fill out your bingo card.
Yes. And it's just fun. I could just imagine like the homies at the company in the background, like waiting for Sally always says such and such or what. I don't know. It's fun, playful.
There's a live feed here on the right hand side.
Oh,
you
so people
share
are in
the
there
link.
doing what?
Yeah, and it's just like very
Uh,
easy to jump in and out of. Like you share a code and basically anyone can play. I thought it was just slick. I remember I had a really good friend. Shout out to Derek Anderson, who one of his first apps he ever created was wasted meeting minutes. He did not like meetings, so like anytime they basically had a meeting that everyone thought was not worth the time, they would just pitch in and vote on it, and then they would just tally up how much was at the end of the month. It's just a silly game. It's just fun to play with, and that's one of the things that like I want folks like us to understand is we're really diving in there and trying to play with these as much as we can. Like we will, pull up the app, we will play with it, we will try to like, explore it. So you'll see like myself and our different, team members going in on the expo or creating accounts and logging in. So, and this was just fun. It was just fun. We kind of started playing with it and it was a great time.
That's so
yeah.
funny. You can put in your own taglines here.
Uh-huh.
So I said, let's take this offline. I guess what are some common things that people say at Replit? Like, take this
Circle
offline.
back.
Is that documented? Can it be faster? Why does it take so long?
No, yeah, it's all
Can
about
we do
speed,
more?
right? Yeah, all about speed.
That's
Oh
so
boy.
funny. Uh,
Yeah.
cool. This is very
Just
neat.
cool. And then
Yeah.
again, the ancillary stuff doesn't hurt, right? Like the fact that super involved in the Discord, doing all the other stuff, like, you want to find ways to stand out, right? Like take some leadership, start organizing different things, start adding value in the community, and I don't know, also build really cool stuff. So like you gotta be the whole package.
Congratulations to Kaiser. And thank you so much for jumping in there and being proactive and helping everybody else. I think that really helps. Builds a lot of goodwill, right? Like you build something really cool. And he's also like critiquing other people's websites. He's probably taking that and incorporating it back into his own project. And people see it. And then people go and they evaluate it, they check it out, they give it Replit cash, it gets on our radar. So thank you so much, Kaiser. It's been great having you in this competition. Cool. Very okay. So that is third place. Meeting Bingo and his Kaiser. Congratulations, taking down $3,000 in cash, and it's an and right, Francisco, and 10K in credits. Is that fair,
That's
or is
right.
it? It's not
Yes,
an
yes,
or,
yes.
right?
I'm like,
Okay,
oh,
cool.
yes, now it is now. No, but yes,
Like
that is correct.
it's like programming and or that matters. So yes, and so 13K in prizes. Wow, amazing, Kaiser. How about that, dude? Kaiser's gonna be celebrating this weekend tonight, dude. Pop that champagne. Okay,
Yeah.
second place. Let's talk about second place.
Yeah. So this was also a crowd absolute favorite. One of the top Replicash earners. Signals all across the board about this this application. Useful for the family. Just one of those things that helps you kind of organize. It seems like so obvious. The design really caught our attention. Lots of just colors and thought. And anyway, Paper Trail really just stood out across the board. Takes home second place, 17,000 total between cash and
Credits.
Sorry. Like, yeah.
I always say
Yeah.
tokens by accident. Look at me credits.
Yeah. So, and if you refresh the, if you refresh the winners page, that will also be, set up and ready to rock.
Yeah, I should be. Do you not see my screen?
Your
Oh yeah.
screen share? Yep.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah. So second place, Paper Trail, and then how do I demo this? Do I just go?
You have to create your account. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, and I love this login with Replit for.
That's
I know
nice.
the clerk stuff's great. I know the there's other options, but for the buildathons and for these internal tools and stuff, making it easy for us to get in there. I saw like a number of you doing like little, hey, here's the buildathon story, or here's like the link for the demo stuff. So just great job, doing some of that.
And the idea here is I go in and I create a workspace for my family.
Yeah, and this is like scan the little thing that your son brought home from school, and your daughter has this assignment that's due tomorrow, and she told you about it, but you forgot, or it was pinned to the refrigerator and it fell behind, and now you don't remember like what. So it's like organizing all these things that just get handed out at school, or this thing that you see on the street somewhere or whatever. It's just starting to capture all these different things and then help you as a family kind of organize the briefings and like what's the family's supposed to be up to. So yeah, just again, another super active in the community, very very strong signals, not from the person themselves building this, but from other people testing, scoring, and interacting with it. So yeah, just well done across the board.
Awesome. Super helpful too. Like, yeah, I can see how this could be helpful to my family. So definitely worth checking out. Really, and the design is really nice. It pops, as we mentioned. Like the design communicates a lot, right? You can clearly see this is like for families. It's fun. It's popping in there. So that's that I think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Yep.
congratulations, Ryan. Horror? Is it horror? Congratulations on taking down second place. Okay, so we're at second place now. Hey, everybody, are you ready for the grand prize reveal?
1 second. Let me hit the button on the back there. Give me 1 second right quick. This one, okay. This one I didn't see for a while. Like the first time I saw this one, I was like, I don't know about this, you know? And then I dug in, and then the project kind of just I think in Discord you popped in and shared, and it caught our attention. And um, the way you package this up, the design, the concept, the use case, kind of everything that this thing does, the story behind it. Even if you click, yeah, like scroll down this whole thing. The product tour is great. It's a great version of an AI video. A lot of you guys did AI videos that were bad. This one again is like a good way to do a product demo video that's AI. Click up top where it says the watch the story at the Replit Buildathon, all the way in the top nav. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. So again, packaged up a little story
Oh,
about,
neat.
the Buildathon itself, what you built, like the spirit of the competition, again, organizing the things that you worked on, the use case of, the need this is serving for you and the world you live in. Again, we talk about that like insider knowledge and like building things to solve really personalized problems. Like
Mhm.
this is the embodiment of that, you know?
Love it.
And so, yeah. And again, just the spirit of packaging this up, putting it together, telling us the story, building something beautiful that we're excited to kind of put out in the world and help you distribute. Like this is it, right? The app is smooth, everything works nicely. It's just well done. Like that's all I can say.
And dude, check out this onboarding product tour. This is really
No, it's
nice.
beautiful.
And
Everything
no,
about it. This is like well thought out, front to back. Nadia, you like outdid yourself here. Yeah, just kudos across the board.
and as we're doing the critiques, how many times do we just get dropped into a platform on the back end and we're like, okay, what am I doing here? So this is like a really nice way just to introduce someone really fast to your overall platform and show them around, get them going. This is really, really neat. And yeah, I mean, what I like about this is this idea that now that programming and software is becoming so much more readily available, it means that people that are close to the problem can now custom build applications that they see in the real world that they think are just going to be most impactful. And so I think, previously you had a world where software was so expensive, so you needed to have like a large user base to build these things out. Now, if you're running these lectures or you're doing these types of classes, you know exactly what your students need. You can go and you can build this out in 24 hours. The fact this got done in 24 hours is crazy. And it's like perfectly tailored to your user, your customers, the people that you're serving. And it's just so beautifully and well designed. I mean, I love this. This is great. And I think Amjad tweeted this out too. So it's got Amjad really liked this too.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, the story, Nadia, I think you're in the chat here.
Hey, Nadia.
Yeah. So just
She's crying over here.
yeah. And this is one of those things, again, a teacher, ground level, building something that's close to her heart, a personal passion project, like accessibility all around the board, just, like amazing. Honestly, just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see more of this where like these niche communities that are like smaller proportions of our overall population they're going to get access to higher grade tooling and software because it's just so much easier to build it out. So I'm really excited about this. I saw a couple of other builds in this direction. A lot of teachers coming in and building out their own custom stuff. So when we talk about AI making an impact in the world, I think this is a really great use case here. This is a very good trend that the smaller, less served populations are going to get access to world class software.
Yeah, and I think it's like and we saw this with the Agent 4 Buildathon a little bit, where folks overbuilt apps. They built these crazy, complicated, convoluted things, and then they're like, oh hey, like why didn't I win? Like my app's more functional, or it does this, or like it was better. Well, like again, the story matters, the marketability matters, like just showing us that you rebuilt some messenger app with like lots of features, like that's super cool. But it's not this, like it doesn't match the spirit of this story, right? Which is kind of the thing we're looking for in addition to the software. We talk all the time. Building is a big part of it, but the story, the messaging, the packaging, like like that all carries so much weight, especially as these this volume of submissions come in. So yeah, great job, Nadia.
And it reminds me of a quote that I recently saw on X, something to the effect of the most creative thing you can do is the most personal thing to you. And I think this is a perfect encapsulation. Like, what's more personal to Nadia than helping kids that like have the same challenges that she has? And this is a great example. So again, we keep telling people like build on what you know, build on your own experiences, build on your own pain points, help yourself out, and then help others as well.
Yeah. Yeah, great. So congrats. Those are the top three. The winners are pinned in the chat, and we will continue to add for the rest of the 7 honorable mentions that came through. Yeah, what do we do? We just go to the next one? Or
Yeah, I think we're gonna go next one. And again, Nadia, congrats. You are taking down $15,000 in cash and $10,000 in credits. So a total haul of $25,000 for 24 hours worth of work. That's not bad. That's not bad, Nadia. Good work on that. On top of 24 hours worth of free Replit credits. So how about that? Happy birthday to you, Nadia. Like, we had the birthday, but we're celebrating you. Congrats on taking down that prize. Very neat. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the honorable mentions. So slots 4 through 10. So do you want to fourth place on there?
Just yeah, this one is a cool story as well. This is coming from an ambassador. This was a last minute caught our eye here. All-in-one platform for importers and forwarders, kind of like an international problem to solve between like trying to get products, from different companies and solving real problems. Again, real users, real like progress made over the last over the buildathon of the 24 hours. So if like the usage is like out through the roof on top of this, but also what they're doing again on the ground level in the real world and the types of people they're supporting just really stood out to us. So Dala, if you refresh the winners page, should now be listed there. And again, real customers, real business happening on this application. This is out in the real world, and yeah, I think really took advantage of submission from Agent 4 to here. Stepping up what they built, the quality of the site overall, etc.
Felicidades, Jose Carlos. I think is he in Chile? I think he's from Chile. Jose Carlos, if you're in the chat, say hi. Tell us where you're from. But yeah, this is really neat. It's very well designed. It's got a marketplace here. I can click on stuff and check these things out. Oh, and look, we talked about this earlier too, Raymmar, in our critiques. It's got both Spanish and English. Again, some of you made submissions that looked really good, but they were in your local language. It's hard for us to review that. And it's very easy for Replit to add internationalization to your application with one prompt. So definitely take advantage of that. Wow, look at this. The UI is very neat, very clean. This is so good.
Yeah, no, again, and if you look back at like the video from before of what this was versus what it is now, just lots of progress made over the course of the birthday weekend. Well-focused effort across the build. Yeah, so again, from Peru, He is from Peru, I guess. Maybe that's somebody saying in the chat. I don't know. Desde Peru.
Desde Peru. Felicidades, Juan Carlos. Muy buen hecho. Okay, cool. Very neat. So we're gonna have to make sure we invite him when we do a South American tour, Replit tour. So
Yeah. Latin America, I'm super
it's
amped
popping,
on that.
right?
Yeah, no,
Woo!
I
Brazil, dude, crazy.
Brazil, Argentina. I've been to South America like 6 times in the last 6 months. Some crazy, like some crazy things, something like that. 5 times in the last 6 months, and just fall in love with it more and more every time I go. So
Is that
yeah.
something you'd be interested in helping us out with, Raymmar, a South America tour?
What you mean?
He's gonna be leading
Vamos
it,
a ver
dude.
lo que pasa.
Very neat. Okay, so congratulations again, Juan Carlos, taking down $10,000 in Replit credits. Who approved this? This is crazy. This is wild. So looking forward to what you do with that. Okay, number 5.
Yeah. This one was a fun reimagination of a game that I think a lot of us might have some experience with, and caught our attention on socials. Also, just a fun, playful app. Things work very nicely in the application itself. Sanman, great job with letter bombs. It's basically like a reimagining of Minesweeper, except for in the shape of different letters, and just created a fun interactive game here that again, the video stood out. It's going to demo well. It's a beautiful app.
You see this interaction, dude?
What is it?
This is what you see my
Yeah,
screen?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And, I chatted with him on LinkedIn, and he designed a lot of this in Figma and was bringing it over into Replit using our Figma MCP. And this is just so beautifully designed. So if I go here to start the game, the idea here is that this is the question, and the answer starts with a letter, and that letter is made up of bombs here. So you want to avoid that. So you want to answer the question, and here's the full word. And then if you click on one of these, then okay, so that gets revealed. So it's probably like a C or something. And then if you hit one of the bombs, game over. You're cooked. So I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, again, it's a playful reinvention of something lots of people are familiar with. So there's like a little bit of nostalgia here. There was a great video that kind of,
Yeah.
again, this demos nicely. Lots of people were playing and sharing this. So again, other folks in the community gave us signal that was like, hey, this is cool. We like this. We talked a lot at the beginning of the Buildathon that we were going to rely on crowd intelligence. And so again, we'll talk a little bit about that here as we go. But this was, it just stood out across the board in Discord, across socials, and even across the scores and people who favored it. So yeah, great, great work. All around.
To your point, I think you did a really good job putting together a video. Again, we've been recommending folks that they put their let me just move this here. We've been recommending that folks put their face on camera, but no, he did a great job of just walking through the process, the idea, his thinking of how it all came together, the tools that he was using, and it was all very tight and very neat, very well edited. So we keep saying this, like it's not, I think to win these, we're trying to prepare you for winning out in the marketplace. It's not enough for you to have a good idea. You also have to build a really cool app, and it's got to have some nice UI. It's got to be clear and concise. But then on top of that, you also have to be able to get attention and get people into that app and to try it out. And so that's how this came on our radar. Raymmar was like, "Dude, check out this video. It's really good." I was like, "Yeah, this is a good video. I like a good story. Let me go check it out." And so you're going to continue to see this from us. We want to make sure that you're flexing both of those muscles. You have to be a builder, and you have to be able to sell. Need both to win, and so that's a good example here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see somebody asked, like, do I need to have, does not having a video in the submission disqualify? It does not disqualify you, but it doesn't help your odds. It doesn't help, especially when there's this many submissions and we're looking for, like, we scrubbed through almost 10,000 submissions, y'all. There were 2,300 and what's the number back there? Hang on.
23,000 signups,
something like that. No, hang on. I'm looking specifically for this one. Hang on. This is the number I'm trying to get to. 2,115 fully qualified.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like, so it's one of those things where like it's hard, and so having a video, again, having a beautifully designed site, getting active in the Discord, showing up to the office hours, like all these are things you can do to elevate. They're not things that like have to happen. Like not all of the winners here were in office hours or were active in the Discord, or like they don't all check every single box, but checking as many of those boxes as you can really helps when it's this type of volume and size scale of competition.
hmm And I keep repeating this, but I think people are not buying your app; they're buying you. And so I think the best way to communicate that is through a story, and the best way to communicate that is through a video. So the way that I was going through a lot of the submissions, I was just checking out the video really fast. Did it catch my attention? Cool. Then I'll dig a little bit deeper.
Right.
And then also, if you have a good video, that makes it more likely that you get on other people's radar. So other people in the Buildathon, other people out there. So if you post something and I see the video, you tag me and I see like 5 likes or comments and stuff like that, that means that you've done a good job of conveying your message to random strangers, and either those people have signaled on social media with likes, and or those people have gone onto the Buildathon site and given you Replit cash and favorited it, and then that moves you up on a radar as well. So again, you got to be able to build, you got to be able to sell, and help. You can figure out different ways to do that, but we just think that a nice 90-second video is the best way to do that.
Yeah, and I just want to like point out also, some of you are just absolutely terrible at trying to get like build relationships. Like I'm just going to be real blunt about it, or trying to get noticed. Like there is no world where just shoving your product in front of people's faces is going to do any good for you. Like it's going to you become an annoyance at that point, right? Like if a conversation is happening in Discord and people are into what's happening and you're just like, hey, look at me. Like people are just going to ignore you. And then you're like, oh, nobody pays attention to me. Like jump into the conversation. What's happening in the moment, right? Like let's imagine we're at an event, right? Like let's imagine you come up to me at VibeCon and you just like bring your business card and smack it in my face. I have zero to talk to you about after that point, right? But if you come up, you're like, yo, what's up, Raymmar? I love watching the streams, blah, blah. What, like, hey, the last thing you said about this or your last project, whatever, is super cool. Guess what I'm going to do? Oh, that's amazing. What's your name? What are you like building? Blah, and like now you got me, right? And so the online world works the same thing. Like these relations, like you have to, I don't know how more, like listen to my tone of my voice. You have to get good at this if you want to make money at this stuff. And if you're following along and if you're building and you're investing in this stuff, like please take time to learn some of the soft skills, right? Like learn from the winners, learn from the people that stand out, learn from the people that are really kind of, like doing this well. And we point them out. This is why we shout people out. This is why we like point attention, like all of the folks. And we try to tell you like, this is what stood out to us, right? Because these are the things that will separate you. If you think you can just be in the back in the dark building and you're just going to like, that era is over. You have to figure out how to, again, humanize your experience, connect with real people, and filter up to the top. And that almost never comes with interrupting the line of thought with your attention. This is why everyone hates advertising, right? You're just like, don't be crap advertising. Like, don't be that person, right? Like everyone hates, they're watching YouTube or whatever, and then the commercial break. Yeah, nobody likes that. Don't be the commercial break, right? You want to be the story that people sit down to watch, right? Like,
Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, don't be the commercial break, be the product placement kind of thing, right? Like in the movie when James Bond rides out on that Jaguar, you're like, oh dang, I kind of want a Jaguar. But they're not saying like, hey, buy this Jaguar kind of thing, right? They're
yeah,
like, don't you want to be cool like me? Check out my Jag.
yeah, yeah. And it's one of those things, again, it's like we all have to learn these things, right?
Right.
Like not all of these things come naturally to us. This is not something that like every culture does the same, like this, there's a lot of things to take into account here, right? And so like, again, that's why we try to instruct, and that's why sometimes, we try to like point out like, hey, this is a serious moment right now, right? Like just take this advice, like it's something we can all learn from. I had to learn a ton of this early in my career. Like I'm very blunt, I'm very straightforward. You guys see this on the stream all the time, right? And so a lot of times, like that doesn't serve me well in the outside world, right? Like, and so again, we all have to learn how to adapt and kind of take the next step in our career, in our creative path. And I think this is one of those moments where, like, not only can you build this stuff, but like you can build the skill set alongside of this technical skill that can really take you to the next level. And I think again, that's a lot of the value that people are getting out of some of this stuff. So
Totally, and the good thing is that's the type of skills that we're also trying to help you out with, not only in our competitions, the way we frame. Like we worked hard. We say like, yeah, originally we were thinking like, do we just do a build? Like, no, no, it's build and it's sell. So we need a video too. And so by participating in these competitions, you're going to build that up. And then by also seeing who we highlight, because if you look at my X thread, like I'm pushing out like videos that I really like, yeah, these are captivating, these are interesting. Go check these out. So you'll learn. It's a skill that we all got to pick up, but
yeah.
you're
Well,
all
and
gonna be
we
better
saw
at
so
it.
many people like push themselves on this, right? Like this is like there were so many people that came out, especially like over the last, like people posting videos that are now posting. Like I see them posting daily that had not posted on social, right?
Yes.
There's
Yes.
people that again are making sales and building. I see the connections happening on X. Like as they're, so again, it might be uncomfortable to do some of this, and we see you all doing that, but that's why we want to keep encouraging it, right? Like that's why we
Mhm.
kind of again encourage you all to step out of that comfort zone, because your comfort zone will continue to expand to fit in all these things. And so it's just a little uncomfortable, or I saw somebody say something in here about like introverts can't win. I don't think that's true at all. I think you just have to find different ways to again do these same things. You know,
Our
I'm
most
half
recent
introvert.
winner, Letter
Yeah,
Bomb, he didn't put himself on camera. He found a way to do it right.
yeah,
So we're not saying
yep,
that's our recommend. I think because we're both kind of extroverted, so like, yeah, put yourself on camera. Why not? But Letter Bomb didn't do that. So there's a way for you to figure it out, and it might take you some cycles to figure it out. It's another reason why I think you want to do this, because you're gonna figure out the way you communicate, your channel, your format. But you got to start doing it.
yeah.
All right,
All right,
let's. All right,
back
enough. Like,
back
so we
to
can
the
go over like side quest, dude. We gotta. This is so important for y'all though, so we gotta hit it. All right, so congratulations, Sadman, $10,000 in credits. Let's move on to number 6, our second honor or third honorable mention.
Yeah, and this was another one that just kind of visually stood out. Also, just kind of fun, playful experience. Tiny Universe Lab here. A little solar system explorer. If you go, yeah, just go to start exploring right there, and just dumps you into this cool little interactive thing that you can change the gravity. You can kind of play with the speed of the rotation. You can kind of learn about the different planets, about the different. I, I don't know, just very interactive, very educational, very visually stunning. Um,
You see, you can drop meteors in here, dude.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
and they blow up.
yeah,
That's
right.
crazy. Oh,
Dude, so many little gems, so many little nuggets.
that's awesome. And I feel we reviewed this on Tuesday, right? And like they took the feedback and they improved on this.
Yes, correct. Lots of improvements. Which again, just seeing this thing built and then looking at their build time over the course of the 24 hours was impressive. But then also taking some constructive feedback, and not too many changes. We just told them, hey, instead of dumping us into here, dump us into this view. This is the money shot. They were kind of
Yes.
like, I think it was a very subtle change. It was like, hey, when we came in, we kind of went into this other view that was a little limiting, and then we like found this view and we're like, oh wait, this view's better, like start here, and totally did that.
And
So
it's so much more functional because I think when we tried it on Tuesday, the black hole thing didn't work, and now here it is, the black hole just sucking up all these planets. This is so cool, fun, and so again, I mean, we keep talking about how AI is changing everything, and one area that AI is going to change is education. So think about like learning about this stuff like 2 years ago. You got a textbook. Okay, there's some good visuals there. But now contrast that with this. Like, oh, you want to learn about the solar system? Come in here as a second grader, start clicking around, start learning. This is so much more fun. This is awesome.
yeah, yeah, and again, we love just the playful instant, like again, when you're running through all these submissions and you see something that's just like fun for a minute, and you're like, this is cool, and then you get stuck for a few minutes playing with it, and it's this total like uh you know difference from going through some of the other, like the repetitive nature of some of the other ones, or like the long onboarding processes or whatever, I don't know, and so you see something like this, it's like ding, it pops, yeah, yeah, it catches your eye, catches your attention. It's we talked about it at the beginning, like we weren't looking for just like the next productivity app. We were looking for fun, playful things that catch your attention, that kind of thing. So
I'm having too much fun on that. Okay, so congratulations, Tiny Universe Lab, $10,000 in Replit credit. Good job getting feedback, making it better. That's what we want to see. We want to see that delta, that change, that level up. Great job. Okay, so our next honorable mention here. Who's taking
Yep.
down another 10K in credits, Rymar?
This is another just fun, playful, very useful application built around music. We can just say it's Sticks, I think is how it is, but Jesse Fishman. It's a drum tool. I don't even know what you would call this, like a drum kit type thing. What caught my attention here, what caught our attention here is like the yeah, see what shipped. Click that. Just real quick. I want to show like first of all,
Ooh,
beautiful change log. You
wow.
know, like so really thought this thing through. And if you go back to the front, there's like just fun demos. This was just really thought out. Very interactive, playful. Yeah, got the different oh, I don't think the audio's coming through here.
Oh, it's not. Wait.
No.
Oh no. Okay.
Click that timing test one on the right. This was fun for me. This is like because this is always hard to like keep a beat. And so it's almost like Guitar Hero where you have to try to like match the beat. And so you can practice matching the beat. You can kind of yeah, learn how to keep a beat a little bit. And all this stuff again, we talk about like, don't make me log in, don't make me go through all this long process, don't make me like do all this work to like start understanding the value here. This gave me so much value on the front end that I was like, oh, like if I was like if this is a thing that I was interested in, like I'm jumping in, you know? I just spent a bunch of time. Again, it was one of those things that like I got lost playing with this. The app, if you see here too, the screenshots for the app, scroll down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So he's got a mobile app
Oh
also
wow.
that goes with this. And again, it's very nicely done. Just yeah, well done here.
I like this because sometimes they say like, "Oh, we have a mobile app as well," and they give you the link to the Expo Go or even in Testlight or the App Store. But I don't want to. I don't necessarily want to go through those steps. It's great just to have it here, so I can quickly scan it. That's super cool.
Jesse Fishman in the house. Yeah.
Hey,
10K worth of Replit
Jesse!
credits to build.
Let's go, Jesse. What are you building next with those 10K credits? Going to build this out?
That's right.
This is really, and the design is beautiful. Like it seems like Jesse is a designer by trade. This is really cool.
It's called a drum machine synth. Thank you.
We don't have a category for that.
Yeah.
Very neat. Well,
And again, this is one of those things where he says, "This is good. My drummer musician friends would love this." Yeah, you know, like again, it's simple, usable. If I'm teaching someone, like let's say I'm a music instructor and I need a little something, you know, like now I got a free tool that I can give to someone and say, "Hey, check this thing out." So yeah,
yeah, it makes homework much more fun.
yeah. And let's see, Cortex Safe is saying, where is it? Cortex winners are being updated on the website in real time. Yes, correct. If you go to the winners page, as we announce a new one, they are being updated. So the winners page is current as of yeah, that last announcement.
Very neat. Let me go ahead and drop that in the chat too, so people have
It's
that.
pinned in,
Oh, it's
in the
already
YouTube
pinned?
chat. Yep.
Oh, perfect.
It's pinned in the top of the YouTube chat. Yep.
Let's
My
go.
bad, should have said that.
Very neat. Okay, so congratulations, Jesse. Okay, so our next honorable mention, taking down 10K in Replit credits, Raymmar is
Another one I saw. Listen, what did I see? I didn't mark it. Somebody said only fun in the chat. Yeah, fun. So this next one is again super playful, like just visually appealing. I can imagine lots of kids playing with this. It was built by a 7-year-old. I don't know how
with his
much.
mom. Yeah.
You know, with his mom. Yeah. This again, another great story, and that Manny just like drop some dominoes on here and fire off that like start, but have them overlap each other a little bit.
Look at that. You see how it pans out?
I
Oh
wish you
yeah.
could hear it.
Oh.
Draw them like crisscrossing each other, like draw some overlapping shapes and like watch how they like zoom out a little bit on the screen. Yeah, zoom out and then like draw like bigger. Just go crazy with the
I can tell you've spent a fair amount of time on here, Raymmar.
Yeah, and scroll around there and then like have it cut through. There you go. And now trigger this thing and watch how they all kind of like trigger off each other, hit the start button on the bottom. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
And so you can
this
then
is
set different
wild.
things to kind of trigger them. You can kind of like have different interactive elements. Like there's a lot here. This is super cool.
What does this blasting do?
I don't know specifically what each of them does. There's just I just got lost on it. And you know what? Like when you set this stuff up in real life, it's hard to clean up. But this, I just had to, you just hit reset and it's like, bang, we start over.
Dude, definitely sending the kids to this one, dude. Yeah, to your point, no cleanup, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God, we won. Look at this.
Hey, so are they in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know if the whole team is or if this was a team effort or what, but yeah, this is fun.
Very cool. No, this is a super fun game. And yeah, like again, also on this one, the I saw the video that got my attention initially and not like nothing fancy. Just like, hey, here I am with my kid. We're building this app. Here's the basic idea. Check it out. We think you might like it. That's it. Like that took like 10 minutes. And but it's telling the story and doing it well and doing it authentically. Then you back it up with a great app. That's a winning combination right here.
Yeah,
10K
and
credits
this is
worth.
the comment here. Wow, this one had top place potential. Every one of these top 10, like, and there's another 20 behind that we literally like fought over. Like, I mean, it was so hard to like. How do you do it? Like, you guys are so talented, right? Like, so how do you whittle this down? So like, yes, like we could have issued 50, honorable mentions. So like to whittle this down was, I mean, we lost sleep, and I know I specifically did, just the stress of like, yeah. So I hear you. We appreciate you all. Yes, it was a very difficult challenge trying to figure out, even amongst the top 10, like how do we break this down? And so anyway,
Amazing.
off to the next one.
Two
We
more.
got two more. Which
Two more.
Yeah.
Number 9. Honorable mention.
Okay, let me pull the button here so that it shows.
I like this one. I saw this one again. The video worked well, and it's like very practical, very interesting, very niche, close to home. All the things that I like to see. And the winner is honorable mention goes to Print Floor 3D. Congratulations, Carlos. Okay, so the basic idea here is that there's a shop floor and you want to design the layout. So if you're some sort of
You're not sharing your
engineer,
screen, by the way. Here,
oh no, sorry about
oh,
that.
there it is.
There we go. So you want to design the layout. Check this out. It's so smooth. It's so buttery and it's so detailed. I can zoom in here and I can see like, oh, that's like the Bops Master Flex. And it gives me details here. I can play around. So like if you're setting up a shop floor, I gotta imagine this is gonna be super practical before you invest in all this equipment and the setup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was so functional, like so useful. This I think sells well. Like you can find your target market pretty straightforwardly. You can send them like some nice cold email, like a demo, and I think you could get a lot of uptick on this. And so
Well,
yeah,
and
really
the other
good.
thing is, yeah, like thinking about laying out a manufacturing facility or a warehouse or any of these big like spaces like this, being
Mhm.
able to visualize quickly and drop different equipment into a 3D space and kind of understand this is like just, like un like it's amazing value to folks who are building these types of things.
And look,
So
it's got jobs, like so it's got workflows, it's got jobs, got the 3D floor plan. There's a lot going on here. This is really cool.
yeah.
And if you look at I also like the video. I guess I won't pull it up because I don't have sound. But yeah, he's just on the shop floor. He's saying like, "Hey, here's what I do every day. It would be really cool to have an app that allows me to do it. Here's what I built." Nothing fancy. It was like 90 seconds just going through the intro. That's all you need, folks.
Yeah. Yep. AutoCAD, yeah, has that feel to it, huh?
Yeah, and I think also like there's like this theme going on around like supporting manufacturing here locally in the US. I think this taps into it. We saw it in the last Buildathon with the top prize winner going to a mechanical engineer student. So I think yeah, more stuff like real world stuff, combining like the hardware stuff with the software stuff. Really, really good trend.
Yeah, and again, that's where we like almost every one of these has a little niche it's like pinging into, right?
Hmm.
It is not the next WhatsApp. It is not the next Airbnb or the next, productivity app or whatever. right? It is a um, like industry specific niche thing, but also imagine you could then change the types of equipment, you could change the types of stuff you put into this, and that's all a data thing. And so now this could become something that's not just for warehouse spaces. Maybe it's for laying out event venues or laying out conferences, right? Like we're doing this big event next week. And how cool would it be, Manny, to be able to walk through an environment like that of what the space was going to be? So like there's so many other use cases that you could see for this type of thing that like are so
Mhm.
close to what you have here. So yeah, I can just again see a lot of different parallel
That
industries or
is
verticals.
that's such a good point, right? Because right now we're thinking about what our booth setup looks like, and you did like that 2D schematic of like the camera's gonna be pointing here, we're gonna be sitting here, here's where our guests are gonna be. Like imagine that taking that 2D thing and making it 3D and then being able to swap out cameras, like, oh, we actually want the camera to go here. So that's another idea for everybody. So like that kind of 3D simulation for video and audio people, that would be a hit.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So the last one.
Final honorable mention. Who's gonna take it? Tell us
Bum,
in the
bum,
chat. What do you think?
ba-dum.
Polymarket going on right now. Let's go.
Okay, let me get down to the button here. The secret magic issue the credits button.
Don't fat
Okay.
finger it.
It should be live. And so this one again came to us through the crowd. This one came from you all telling us that this deserved some thought and consideration. And it's kind of a cool idea here to basically let people send voice messages at a specific event, at an end of life event, at whatever special event you want, to record some kind of historical context for, you know, prosperity. So kind of cool to like, almost like a voicemail app for events, but just simple to use, very cool. Got a lot of, a lot of hype from the community across a number of different videos and in the Discord space. So yeah, taking home 10,000 credits as well is,
Very neat. And already
yeah,
in the App Store. You see this?
Elias. I think is I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but Elias or Elias. Yeah, Dial Audio Guestbook.
Awesome. Congrats. Yeah. Beautiful design, better for UI, conveys the message right away, and it's already in the App Store.
Yeah,
So that's a
correct.
plus.
Correct. Yeah. So it's one of those things again, very nicely done. Just solid app. It's in production, usable right now. Go get it if you're interested. This could be, yeah, a wedding, any kind of special event, any kind of commemoration, whatever. Just have people like a bookmark. And I could see this expanding. You add images, you add little videos, you add little
Mhm.
whatever, and it becomes like a whole little, package. So just lots of places where I think this could be useful.
Very stylish. I like it a
Yeah.
lot. Very neat. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Amazing. Congratulations. Thanks for making it so tough on us to decide the winners and
Ah,
being great. I feel like everybody, like y'all did a great job. And even if you're not on this top 10 list here, I hope that you walked away with a great experience, some great connections, and some learnings. And yeah, like you got the Discord now. I think that's like, I mean, that's a prize for everybody staying on that Discord and staying connected to everybody. So looking forward to what's coming up next.
yeah, and I'll see what we think internally we're going to ask, but maybe we can highlight the folks who were judges favorites and who were kind of like
Mm,
second look like we did last time. We put the
yeah.
top, like kind of the top 100, because of the timing and how this came together. We just didn't have as much time to kind of orchestrate that. So like we would have loved to invite all the winners, but we just didn't have enough time to coordinate that. So we will figure out what else we can do there. But yeah, maybe we can release those top. It's not exactly 100, but maybe we can release the judges' favorites and the second look and the reviews, and just kind of see, so folks can understand a little bit more. It was such a difficult process, honestly. This was, and maybe we could talk a little bit about like the tools we built. If I'm sure people are interested to think, but
Totally. As you do that, can in the chat, can you tell us what was your favorite part of the build-a-thon? Would love to see that come to the chat. Raymmar, please take it away. Tell us about the tools.
yeah, no, I think that would be interesting. I would like suggestions at this point. Like,
Mm,
I know a lot of you have shared feedback. All this stuff is going into our chat scrape app. So even if we don't like uh, get back to you immediately or we don't reply on the stream, again, these comments all get indexed and they all get listened
Mhm.
to. And that's part of this community brain that we're building, right? And so we've told you before we have a Discord bot listening. We've told you before that, like we're looking for social signals, YouTube getting involved in the community, different ways. And so we really are expanding and leveraging the power of Replit and the power of AI to help us kind of analyze and understand what's happening across these events, right? And that means, like how you all interact with each other, the links you share, and how you like engage with those. And there's like a secret sauce building in the background that we're not going to like fully reveal. But just know that we are leaning into this AI era and trying to figure out how to this like how to build better systems around this, because there's just no way for us to review. Like if there's a couple hundred submissions or even a couple thousand, like the Agent 4 Buildathon, it's we can go all night, we can have 10 people, and we can like really scrub through those. But as we start hitting a certain scale, like we're just going to need the help of the crowd, right? And so that's why we told you at the beginning of this buildathon that you were going to send us a lot of signals about how this was going to work. And again, we're not going to reveal like the secret sauce of where and what is going on, because we're adding to it all the time. But just know that this is like an ongoing process for us. Like we talk
Mhm.
about building, we talk about Replit is able to handle enterprise scale, right? And so we're kind of showing and building the roots of that in public. It's the ultimate build in public, I think, experiment. Like I don't know of any other build in public experiment at this scale. And hopefully we're just being very open and honest about some of that. You saw us do the retro on the Buildathon site when we had a crash at the beginning, just with the amount of concurrent requests and how we handled and what we learned from that. And maybe at some point we will talk a little bit more about these systems that we're building on the back and do some deeper dives on that stuff. But yeah, just know that like it's a we're kind of building this community intelligence system to help us understand how you all are interacting with each other and with us and with the
Mhm.
brand, and how we can use that to again surface and reward and
Mhm.
yeah, again, just give back to the effort you all are putting in here.
It's gonna be really interesting how we manage that, because to do this at this scale, to your point, Raymmar, we need help. We need help from AI. We also need help from crowd intelligence. So you guys going in there, putting your Replit cache, putting your comments, that is so helpful. You surfacing stuff on X. Thank you very much, Tommy. But then like doing that in aggregate and in a blend where we're also like looking at it and doing like a final pass on everything and like combining our judgment with all that, it is actually pretty cool. Like I think we can do like a whole write up on that, and we want to do that just to make sure that everything is fair and that the right
Yeah,
people are getting selected. But also, if we wanted to continue to open this up to as many people as we can, there's just no other way for us to do that. And I don't know. I just feel like these are going to get bigger and bigger for us. Like if you look
yeah,
at the buildathon, the mobile buildathon that we started off with, and then we went to Agent 4 buildathon, and now this one, I feel like we just continue to amp up the number of people that are in the competitions and the features that we're building out into those competitions. So
yeah. Yeah, and it's like comments like this here. Let's go with useful apps and let's have a review of usefulness with agent along with human. It'll be much easier for judges then. Again, we are using some AI to analyze these things, but then humans are obviously doing all the final curation and selection of that whittled down list.
mhm,
Um, but it's yeah, it's hard to like show usefulness. Same thing here. The negative part, I feel the judge focused on the fun visual part, but the app that target enterprise company is difficult to get attention because it's difficult to understand. Yes, 100%. We've been clear about that kind of from the beginning, and that this is the challenge of like building SaaS and software in general. It's like when you build things that are a little more obscure, a little more complex, it's hard to kind of deliver that value. And so that's
mhm,
really what we were talking about before, of like you kind of have to learn how to tell that story or bring that stuff to the surface, because probably inside that enterprise app there's like a thing that would stand out or that would
mhm,
demo well or that you could showcase or focus that would help us, again,
mhm.
bring it into consideration. So
I mean, 2 out of the 10, Dala and Print Floor 3D, I would say
right,
that those are more enterprise
right,
business focus. So I think it's more of a selection thing. If you come into this and you want to build something that's business oriented, you're maybe not the greatest at telling the right story or doing the marketing stuff. You're probably coming in thinking like, hey, I just got to build a great platform and an app that people just log into and people are going to buy it. That's not the case. You got to build out that landing page. The copy has got to land. You got to put together a video. You got to sell sell it, and you got to work on the storytelling
Yeah.
part. So I would flip that around, and I would say like that's an opportunity for you to be able to work on that storytelling so that people can see the value of what you're providing.
Yeah, and also enterprise people like to have fun too, you know?
Yeah,
Like
big opportunity.
yeah, like enterprise apps don't have to be boring and like, like just high density and just cluttered with stuff, right? Like there's
Hmm.
lots of different use cases again that you can niche down and really make them visually appealing and capture attention because enterprises, you have to capture their attention more than anything. Yeah. Like
Hmm.
for sure it's about stability and there's like lots of other requirements, but yeah, you think selling to people is hard. Like selling to enterprises is really hard,
Let me bring Francisco back in here.
Hey
What?
everyone, so great to see everybody. Can you hear me
Yeah,
okay?
he's back. Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, I was just in the
I like how you
chat
do the sign
again.
language. The sign language, like, can you
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
always,
Okay.
I always yeah,
Hey,
what is on
shout
the
out to
app?
Nadia. You been
Yeah,
on Nadia's
exactly.
app?
Exactly. No, awesome. Just want to thank everyone for participating. Again, the chat was just like majority super positive, and again, appreciate all just like the uplifting. It was really cool to see people just kind of recognize each other's projects, and again, a lot of this came from just like the overall voting. And Raymmar and Manny and the rest of the team did such an incredible job of just like going through all these different things and trying to build through it. A lot of folks had pointed out, like, I can only imagine. I did a high school hackathon with 200 people. I can't even imagine at the scale. And yeah, it was one of those things. Like, I'll be very honest with you. It came together over the course of about a week, and that's why in previous buildathons we had like multiple checkpoints. Raymmar had built out this robust system, but we try to make it as like low barrier as possible, just to make it as accessible as possible. We had a lot of free users came for the very first time who were able to kind of discover the value of Replit, and are continuing to build today. All right. And it's one of those cool things where they're able to just kind of see like, hey, this is actually now possible. So much has changed since Agent 3 even. So I think, we're going to take all of this feedback into play. And of course, something we're going to be able to incorporate for our next builds. A couple of big questions I wanted to kind of answer here. How do I join Discord? So tip right now, we actually had all of the Discord go through the Buildathon. So as long as you register to the Buildathon, we're able to get you into Discord. And the main reason for that was actually because we wanted to scale it intentionally. So a lot of you, I think Dario was part of the original ones. Obviously, some of our OGs here were as well. But we initially did an initial server that we just had for the mobile Buildathon. Forever was a part of that. And we were just testing, like, hey, how's this going to work? We didn't know what was going to happen, and it worked really, really well. And then for Agent 4, we had a much larger kind of cohort that we onboarded through the core and pro plans, and we actually ended up keeping it and now extended it to like anyone that wanted to join. I think one of the things we're going to be doing is there's just so much appetite for it. So we're going to be opening up Discord here pretty soon to basically all users. A huge shout out to Iris and KG, who have been incredible moderators. Raymmar, who's living in there basically at this point. It wouldn't be possible without him. And it was his idea. It was one of those things that, like, I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to stick on Slack because that's just what I know. But Raymar's like, no.
I'm regretting all of it, by the way.
Never what you asked for.
I now have a new bet I get to lay in. Just
yeah, so a huge shout out to Raymmar for even just making that possible. It truly was like something that was able to come out from him. But yeah, so much more programming coming out soon. And my apologies. I was one of my notes here. That is totally off
You're
me.
signing up already, like, yeah. I was like, okay.
But yeah, and then along with that is, when is the next Buildathon? We're gonna have more coming up soon. Right now we're kind of going through our different releases and different things kind of coming up. We don't have one planned just quite yet, but trust me, you will be all the first to know as soon as it does arrive. And then the last question that I'm seeing a lot of is, when is the next 24 hours of credits coming out? I'd love, yeah, I'd love to see that coming up
Mark
soon.
your calendar right now.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, a lot more to come very, very soon. So yeah, but thank you all so much for being part of the challenge. It was just absolutely incredible.
I'm curious for the chat. What did you think about the 24-hour time frame? Like, was that like
they want more? They're like, it needs to be 72 next time.
yeah, like I don't know. Like I think, like, I don't know. I saw a lot of comments. People love the 24-hour framing, especially over the weekend. So you just like, boom, you just hack on it, and then you have like, it was on Saturday, so you have Sunday to rest, so you're ready to go on Monday. So yeah, I'd be like curious, like, because we also did a 3-week one, which is nice too, because you saw progress over those 3 weeks. But Yeah, I just be curious, like, what did you guys think of the 24-hour
Yeah, and
deadline?
then just to give you a little bit of like background, again, for those like they were stuck around here to the end, it really was 24 hours for us. Like it was absolutely incredible. Yeah, like Raymmar, like thank you so much. He actually canceled one of his days off while he was in Brazil and just literally put the Buildathon site together. This again, I've said this a million times, would not have been possible without Raymmar. It was absolutely like just insane how it came together. And then he's still like me and Manny comes up with the idea of like, let's do a 4:30 a.m. live stream. I was like, ah, Manny, but yes, we should. And
Countdown,
we did
baby.
it.
Had to happen.
And it was awesome. And then
I
Raymmar
didn't know who was
still
gonna
showed
show
up
up.
for that.
I didn't know who
Yeah,
was gonna
no,
show
it
up. I
was
was like, oh,
crazy.
we're gonna have like 10 people on there, like 500 people there, and like Rymar was on there. Like I can't miss this.
Yeah.
No video, just
No.
audio. Like, dude, I gotta be a part of this. So I think that was really cool. The countdown thing.
Yeah, and it was just so cool, right? It's like a lot of people were like, I haven't worked like this since college, right? Like kind of like the old college, paper due at the end of the night kind of
You
thing.
sure
It
that
was
wasn't me
so much fun.
reminding
Yeah,
me?
that was it.
It was, yeah. I think the energy was electric like the whole time. Even leading up to it, people talking about like,
Yeah.
look at all these, like, people had prompts and tasks ready to like fire bullets.
Woo!
Like I saw screenshots of people that were just like, look at what we're gonna do, and I'm like, oh my god. And I have to imagine like just being the leadership team watching the meter just go, and then like the servers are just like, like.
Well, I mean, for those of you that joined us early on in the Buildathon, right? Like the Buildathon page went down, and I'm like, Raymmar, the Buildathon page. I was like, no, I maxed it out. Like I can't do anything
There's
more.
nothing else. It's like this is server stuff. Like this is not like a
She
issue.
can take no more, Captain.
Yeah,
I'm giving her all she's got.
it's literally what happened. We had to like loop in engineers, and Raymmar was like, "Did you do this?" Like, no, I did it all. I did everything I possibly could, and we had to just kind of piece it together, get everything up and going. But again, it was just such a fun stress test, right? I mean, what better way to do this? And the internal team as well. Like we didn't see it coming. And one of the things the team said is like, people were clearly waiting for the moment to start. Like people were like, getting up early, staying up late just to kind of take the most out of it. And which was awesome. That was the intention. And we just appreciate you sticking around. The last thing I'll say is huge shout out to McKelly. McKelly was up all night as well, our president, who kind of runs our engineering and a lot of other things. And, at one point, when some of the things were getting a little bit choppy, right? Some of the free tiers were getting, slammed on the server side, and Manny's was like, let's do another live stream. I was like, right now? It's like one of the toughest times. And McKelly just jumped in. He's like, yeah, I want to be a part of it. He was able to basically unblock a lot of you. And it was just awesome. It was an incredible experience. It truly was 24 hours. Again, a big shout out to Tommy. Like I went back and I was like, Tommy was on the live stream. And then like, as we closed out the loop at 5 a.m. the next day, I'm like, there he is. And I remember going back just to double check because everyone in the office was asking me about him. Like, did he really stay up? And again, all of you in the community, I mean, Dario, Angelina, Cloudboy, just people that come to mind. KG, again, a million times over for staying up with us, moderating along the way. It was an incredible experience. It's just awesome all the way. Wild, but awesome.
I also think when Michaela came on to the live stream, he dropped this little bit of news that the idea for this 1 day agent free for 24 hours and Buildathon it was like hatched like 7 days prior.
7 days, right? Like let me be very real. I was
and not like just US, not just like core users. No, international. Everybody gets it free, and we're like, oh my goodness, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that about Michaela, and I love that about Replit. Like, let's go big. Let's like cut the time. Like we gave all of you 24 hours. I think follow the same philosophy. Like give yourself a shorter period of time to get big things done. And I think that's a perfect encapsulation of it. Like in 7 days, we're gonna have like the most massive spike on Replit servers ever, and we're also gonna have a build-a-thon. It's gonna be like worldwide, international, and for everybody. Epic.
Yeah, no, it was great. And we say 7 days, but really like it was one of those days where I was like, you know what? It's actually going to be a chill week. I was like, Raymmar, take some time off. Like, this is going to be chill. Like, it'll be one of the time. And he was like,
Cisco, you're like, Raymmar, go take a vacation. Go take a vacation. Do it. Go take a vacation. Do it now. Do it next week. I'm going to schedule it for you. And then Raymmar takes a vacation. And it's like, oh, by the way.
Yeah. But
how's your Wi-Fi?
Listen, I took a Starlink with me to Brazil because I was
Good
like,
move, dude.
there's no
Never
chance
know what's gonna happen.
that something's not gonna like
Never
come
know,
up and
dude.
need to like happen. I have a video of me like at our Airbnb, like literally on mobile, just watching the agent do its thing with like this beautiful vista behind.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So, but you know what? It's one of those things where it's like I joke about this all the time because there's a blurring boundary here where it's like it's just so exciting to be in this stuff. I imagine how many of you felt during the Buildathon, where imagine you have 24 hours of like you can just build with Replit. Imagine being like us, where we can just like that's up, like we always get to just build with Replit, and so like there's this always ideas going through and thinking through and like how can we again better serve the community, and then like you guys don't sleep, right? The Discord's always on, and so it's like there's this like I don't know, it's just it's electric for me too. It's electric for all of us, right? It's like this energy is not one of those things where it's like I don't know how to describe this. Like as a community builder,
Yeah.
the scale of this, trying to organize these things in this quick amount of time. Like I've been doing community stuff, and Francisco, I know, and man, like for a long time, I've just never seen anything like this, right? Like it's just one of those things where it's the moment of AI, the creative opportunity, like the tools coming up, and like it's just all of these things coming together. Like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to talk about it, but like there is no vacation, right? Like there's different places where we can work. Um, and then like try to find the relaxation between. And I think yeah, at some point there will be a balance to find, but I think we're in a moment right now where the next couple years for you all too out there, like this is the moment to dig in. And we talk about this all the time, like learning these skills and just getting involved in stuff. It's like, let's do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, and I think that spirit is permeates through the company. Like everyone just understands and loves doing this stuff, and it's just it's mind blowing to watch. To be honest, it's cool to be a part of it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And these are some of the funnest times of our life, right? And
Yes.
like not just in the team here, we're streaming, but even for you. I mean, a lot of you, like I'm seeing this, I was in transit, person next to me is looking at my phone. I was looking at my fiance from 1 to 3 in the morning. Like these are fun things, right? And like you're building really cool projects, you're bringing them to life. We had such a wide variety of winners, and they come from all walks of life. And that was like from the community team, selfishly, like we're always biased. We just want to see people come together, build new things. And I
Yeah.
know specifically this team is like just know how much is possible today, right?
Mhm.
Raymmar and Manny both come from non-technical backgrounds, and they just what they're capable of doing, they know it better than anyone else, and they just want to make sure all of you know as well. And this was such a cool opportunity to kind of
Yeah.
showcase that, especially to newer
Yeah.
users who aren't on Replit yet.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it's like, when things like this happen, it's just all hands on deck. And it's just you mentioned again like before, like I haven't worked this hard since college. I think you were joking about, but there
Mhm.
is like that team camaraderie where like everyone's kind of just doing all these different things, and then you see this come together, and you're just like, how did that happen? Right? Like there's this emergent property where everyone's just kind of pulling and pushing in like their own little way, and then all of a sudden somehow that turns into this like and Agent 4 launches, or like the mobile or whatever, or like the 10-year like these things just. And so it's not like this, we're not always like interrupting vacations for stuff like this, but when these things happen, it's hard to not just like take the excitement of you all and the opportunity for the moment and just be like, okay, let's do the thing. And so like I don't, and that's I really think that's what makes this company special. I talk about this all the time, regardless of whatever happens with like the AI stuff. Replit is rewriting the rules for how work gets done, and because we're all dogfooding this tool, and because we all have access to this tool, the things that we think about, the creative solutions that we're coming up with, the way that we're working internally, at some point will become a case study for like how
Mm.
companies leverage AI to scale. And I think that's a really important story that's kind of happening here. And to just, again, to just be a part of that and share that with you all, I think you all start to see a little bit of that in your own worlds. That's why we really get excited when you start generating revenue from your projects and really like hit that next threshold, because it's like, yes, you get this, you understand it. And there's just so much opportunity popping
Mhm.
up around the edges that, again, it's contagious. It's a little addictive. It's just so cool to see it all happening. So anyway, yeah.
And I love how like that team aspect you're talking about, right, Marv? All of us coming together. That is extending out to the community as well. We see
Yes.
people stepping up. Kaiser like doing reviews. Tommy doing a 24-hour stream. Everybody posting stuff on X, showcasing other people's work. I love that. People were saying like, "Oh, Manny, I came across this Buildathon entry. It's really good. Here's why I like it. Go check it out." Thank you so much. That's great. Going on and scoring projects, adding your replicash, your comments and stuff like that. So that was one of my favorite things to see, is just that energy and that teamwork and that camaraderie and that sense of belonging, that idea that we're part of something big right now, and that extending out to the community as well, and all of you getting to be a part of that as well.
It's not an idea that we're part of something big. Like we are part of something that is like permeating right now in
It's
a
a
way. Like
movement.
I just did a little meetup yesterday in our
Mhm.
local community, and to see the variety of people, there was like a 16-year-old in the crowd, and then there was like a 75-year-old in the crowd,
Mm.
and one's like in a broad spectrum, and like everyone's just building, and they're
Yeah.
just into like, how do I use this, you know?
Locked
And
in.
so like in a small town like this, to see that stuff kind of popping off and to see the excitement even there, like
Mhm.
you just know like, oh, this is everywhere, right? And
Mhm.
so like, yeah, this is I think we all just feel it, and we know it. It can be a little overwhelming at times, I think.
Mm.
The pace of just like the AI, like every day there's like this big release. You're like, oh
Mhm.
my God, what? We can do that now?
Mhm.
So it's just, I don't know, it's unreal.
Well, I think what we're seeing is we're at the early beginnings of a major technological shift, and these have happened in history in the past. Like, so think about like the early people to electricity or the internet or to social media. I think what's different this time around is that it's going to be much bigger, it's going to be much faster, and it's going to be much more accessible. So, like, you think about electricity, like maybe that trickled out to a few wealthy people in the city, and then like, eventually to everybody, right? But like vibe coding, it's like hitting everywhere all at once. So yeah, I think that's part of what the energy is happening here. Like you have this massive trend that we're really at the early beginnings of, and then you also have Replit coming in as well, building out this community as well. So like these two things coming together that are making this really special. I think all of you should be documenting this because I think we're gonna look back and we're like, oh, remember at the early beginnings of vibe coding, how that completely changed everything. Like what you're doing right now, I think is going to be like of some significance historically speaking. It's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, I just want everyone to know we do this for you, right? Like everyone here is building for you. And the build-a-thons are an opportunity to basically connect a little bit better with you. McKelly said it himself, right? Like he was here, getting everyone's feedback. So truly, thank you so much for joining our Discord, joining the build-a-thons, being part of these live streams with us. A huge shout out to everyone that shows up every single week. We see you. And again, and for those folks that are trying to get a little bit closer, join our different events, join our live stream. Cassie, I see your comment about when does the ambassador program go live? It actually is already live. We're doing invitations only at the moment right now, but we're doing a huge onboarding batch. I'm going through. We have over like 600 applications at the moment. I'm going through and then getting on like the first big batch I'll be onboarding on at the end of May. So yeah, there's so many opportunities to get closer to the team. And of course, like Raymmar and Manny always say, like, don't wait for us. Like, kick off your events. We're always happy to see those. We saw events happen in Singapore, Dallas, others from in Lima, Peru that weren't even hosted by Jose Carlos. Like, we're here to support, here to build with you. And yeah, we're super excited. Next week, again, we have a lot of interesting content coming in. Manny and Raymmar will really kind of be leading the way there over at SAFTR. If you're in town, please let us know. We'll be happy to kind of jam with you there. And yeah, there's a lot to come. It's super exciting, always.
A couple more thoughts. Number one is take the initiative, go out and tell people about vibe coding, tell people about Replit. You don't have to do a lot. I really think you could just go into like any like business meetup or organization or any type of event, I guess, like school, whatever, and just say, hey, I'm going to introduce you to the concept of vibe coding. Spend 5 minutes talking about what it is. Just turn on Replit for free for everybody else, and then just let them play around with it. People's heads are going to explode. And it doesn't take a lot. You just have to introduce them to it, and they're gonna thank you for it. They're gonna love you for it. Number two, don't forget to use your referral link. Okay, a lot of you are sharing Replit out there and just having to go to replit.com. Take the opportunity to get $10 every time somebody renews on your suggestion. So you go over to settings, I think, and you go to like referral link. It's there. Use that and take advantage of it. All right, cool. Very neat. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And again, yeah, SASTR coming up next week. That's gonna be so much fun. Tune in, see us squirm a little bit, see us figure it out, and see how it all works out. Okay, anything else, team?
So much. But
Time to rest up, dude. Yeah.
that's enough for today, I think.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
Very neat. Well, again, thank all of you so much for making this so much fun and making it so great and making it so tough to decide on winners. Looking where we're gonna rest up and we're gonna get geared up for the next one. Thank you so much.
See you on Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday live from SASTR. See you there, y'all.
Congrats again to all the winners. Yeah, and keep building, everyone. Yeah.
Keep
Awesome, y'all. Have a
building.
good one.
Bye, everyone.